A new era is upon us. Pulse has taken the world by storm as the leading Web3 social media. Beyond current features like casting, tipping, inscription trading, and earning, it's now elevating to the next level, on-chain.
Soil, a fully regulated, seamless link between traditional finance and the digital crypto world, offering secure returns fully backed by tangible, real-world assets.
The Credifi testnet is live, so head on over to demo.credifi.finance to see how you can effortlessly experiment with autonomous earning, NFT corporate.
Hello everyone, hope you're doing fine. I hope everyone had a nice weekend. So today, as always, every week we are going to check out what are the special for Bitcoin and gold, what is the incoming fundamentals as well. So this week is going to be interesting for the markets. We have, let's check it out. I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay. So for today, we had Asian manufacturing PMI. It was negative for the US dollar. Nevertheless, DXY pumped, but the markets hold it pretty well, to be honest. And I'm of the thought that DXY is making a lower high here on the intraday chart, unless so. We have for Tuesday tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. New York Open. We are going to deal with a lot of volatility because Powell will be speaking. So make sure to, in my opinion, avoid trading at least the first 15 to 30 minutes of the New York Open, unless you are a scalper and you want to take advantage of the intraday movements. Other than that, we have on Wednesday non-farm employment change, unemployment claims, services PMI, and FOMC. Right, so it's an interesting week. After that, we have on Thursday bank holidays, so all of the volatility coming from Tuesday and Wednesday can easily be uh, stopped on Thursday due to bank holiday, and after that we will resume that on Friday with hourly earnings, NFP, and unemployment rate. So please make sure to be aware of these fundamentals that are coming for this week. All of them are coming basically on the New York trading session, and this will bring volatility both for legacy markets, stock U.S. stock indices, U.S. dollar, and also cryptos. If you also trade forex, all of these news are going to also affect the euro, the GBP, the Australian dollar, and several more. All right. So let's go ahead to the charts and let's dive into what we're here for. Right. Let me share my screen with Bitcoin. All right. Please make sure to leave any questions on the chat. I will be answering during the stream. If you have any question you would like to ask me, any chart request, let's do it, guys. So let's start with Bitcoin. Let's start with Bitcoin right now. Let's go to the weekly chart. I would like to see the weekly closure. I'm going to erase everything that it's here so we can start fresh. Okay, so this is a nice weekly closure, to be honest. Both of them showing absorption on the weeks. We can clearly see that with the point of control showing strength on the week. That means that basically all of the trading, most of the trading volume happened on the week after the whole candle was basically retraced. So here we have a bullish pin bar pretty clear over here. We can consider this one a doji because it doesn't has the same characteristics of this candle over here, which is a little bit more strong. But we can consider that a dragonfly doji, all right, which is also bullish, but it needs to be confirmed with a second weekly candle to the upside. Okay, so it's pretty interesting that Bitcoin remains consolidating here for about 112 days. Okay, it's 112 days of consolidation. It's a lot of time, so I'm expecting a big breakout anytime soon, right? Either to the upside or to the downside. The thing is that right now on the weekly chart, we can clearly see that Bitcoin is holding this volume level over here, which is aligned with a liquidity gap as well, and the top over here, which is also confluent. So we have these both areas of resistance, which are volume levels for me, as they are highlighting the extremes of high volume nodes. All right. We also have this support over here, this area of support as well, and this one. All right. So these are the volume levels that I'm looking out for to interact for swing trades at the moment. Since we are rejecting the current one at 59K, let me move this to the daily chart first. Right, so the weekly chart is looking bullish, to be honest. We have this zone over here on the daily with the volume levels highlighting the top of the range, of the macro range. All right, and we also have this zone here that Bitcoin might be attracted to if we are going to decline even further. Okay, but what we're looking here is basically 100 days consolidation. Okay, this is 100 days consolidation that is not breaking to the downside and is not breaking to the upside neither. Right, it's pretty clear. The only thing that actually brings up more bullishness to this consolidation is that the market structure on the daily chart remains intact. Okay, so this high over here is the previous higher high that was made, and the previous higher low that was made is basically this one at 59K 100. Right, so market structure is intact. Right, that means that basically we remain bullish even though we are in a consolidation environment, but nevertheless we need to be cautious since we are at the low of the range formation. And the liquidity in the range lows has been already tested several times. Okay, this has been tested several times. We can clearly see that we tested it here 1, 2, 3 times, and on the upside it has been at least 4 times that the liquidity on the upside has been tested. The good thing about the test on the range lows is that the liquidity below the previous higher low in the structural level, it's been taken already 2 times, right? One and second time on a row. But the previous all-time high liquidity hasn't been taken. So we had a lot of stop orders above these poor highs that we have here. So everything is telling me that the market is going to continue to the upside, but we need a good catalyst, especially from the fundamental side, since the macroeconomic data right now is not showing anything positive, neither negative. It's neutral because we are basically waiting on a dovish or hawkish approach from the Fed that we might get tomorrow with Powell speaking, but we might not get the whole picture until possibly Wednesday, where we have FOMC, and Friday, where we have unemployment claims and unemployment rate, sorry, and NFP. So these are very important days for the market, especially for economic data that the Fed uses to take a decision on either they raking more hikes or a stop raking. So those are the news that we're waiting. We are waiting basically for confluence that we are on a risk on environment. All right. In terms of correlation, we can clearly see that currently Bitcoin. I don't let me check because the last time I checked, correlation with at least S&P 500 was minimum. Okay, so yeah, the correlation seems to be going up a bit right now, but it's still negative. So that's why we have seen stock indices making new all-time highs, while Bitcoin remains consolidating and with no correlation at all. Okay, so we need more risk-on environment for cryptos to start pushing up, but this has been a nice window of opportunity for several altcoins, especially meme coins, to push to the upside. So as for now, my outlook is really simple. We are in a range. We are basically rejecting range lows for the second time in a row after taking liquidity below the previous higher low. And now we might be headed towards the range highs. That's the logic behind it. Nevertheless, any fundamental catalyst can bring on some bad news, and we can easily go below and start moving towards 53K, 48K, and 43K. All right, so these are the areas of support for Bitcoin. As long as we remain on the weekly chart above 50K, the macro picture for Bitcoin remains bullish. So as long as we remain above this level, right, even if we decline farther into 53 or 48K, we need to remain above 50K on the weekly chart to um, have a bullish market structure on the daily, on the weekly chart. All right. If we decline below 59,100 with a two candle closure below it, the market structure on the daily chart will have already shift. That means that basically the daily will bring more short opportunities than long opportunities for the intraday charts, but the macro picture on the weekly chart will remain bullish. Okay. Let's go and take a look at the intraday chart with our intraday volume levels. So basically, we have a level. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. Okay. First of all, we have a level of support over here, which is highlighted by this liquidity gap. We also have a new liquidity gap that has formed here with this, which is more confluent with this level of support over here. We have another liquidity gap over here, which is confluent with the low volume node as well. And then we don't have anything until basically here. All right, so this is a free space for Bitcoin to move to the upside. And let me check for another support level. Yeah, this one is Confluent. We might get, yeah, this is, we might get a, no, this is not relevant. We might get some short term resistance here if Bitcoin continues to the upside, but it's not as relevant as these low volume nodes that I have highlighted over here. So basically, we have the top over here. All right. So we have this level, this level, this level, which is new, this one that we're going to move into the hourly chart to see what we can expect. In terms of breaking out of the range, you can easily see set a easy fib extension from the previous value area, which is the level of B levels that I'm highlighting here, and easy breakout from Bitcoin from this consolidation range can easily take us towards 79K. Okay, and above 79K, we are talking about 91K. All right, so those are the value area extensions of this range formation that we are looking out for in case of a breakout. Those would be the targets at first. Don't expect to get that too quick, but at least the breakout expected to be pretty aggressive due to the amount of liquidity that we have here. As I have told you several times, all of this above these levels are basically stopped by market orders, right? As soon as these orders are triggered, they are going to push price up, as well as the market orders that will be executing on the breakout attempt, right? Why didn't that happen in this time, in this time, in this time? Because basically we had a lot of sell limits that were holding price here, right? But those sell limit orders are getting consumed, and possibly the stock market buys are going to be triggered as soon as we reach that level if Bitcoin continues to the upside, and price is going to move really fast. All right. So let's check out the intraday chart. Let's check out the intraday chart. All right. So these are our levels that we are looking out for. It's nice because basically the weekly and daily rolling VWAPs have already crossed on the previous week on the 30th of June. So we're moving bullish on the intraday chart, and we can clearly see that after this weekend impulse that we had on Sunday, I think, right? Right now, we can clearly see that this high wasn't the price wasn't able to take this high and continue to the upside towards 64,520 approximately. So we are heading towards 62,500 right now. This is just a normal and common weekly pullback that we're having. If we were to highlight the last impulse that we made with FIV as well, we'll set the universal limit entry that it's very confluent with 62,500. I have been long on Bitcoin since 59,640 approximately. Like you saw on my Twitter, you can go and check out my Twitter, my position that I have since this bottom formation over here. But for now, what I'm expecting is at least another pullback, take today's lows and a bit of consolidation until tomorrow's volatility, because we are going to have a lot of volatility. All right. So if you ask me, I would expect some consolidation around here, possibly take Monday's lows tomorrow on the news with a slingshot to the downside, shift market structure, and continuation to the upside towards at least 64K 500. And since we have a free room to go towards 68K 500 as well, to have some resistance in this low volume node over here. All right. So as for the daily chart and swing trades, I think that we are still early to look for longs on the swing perspective. Why? because basically we had this high relative volume candle to the downside. The wick is showing absorption as well, and then this inside bar that with today's candle has confirmed the breakout. All right, this has confirmed the breakout of the inside bar range, which is letting us to look out for swing longs towards the range high. So if you were to ask me, I would easily set long on Bitcoin, possibly in between 62 500 and the fifth level. You can set up your orders here on 0.5%, and in between these two, I would rather prefer to put it on the 0.5%, to be honest. And my stop loss would go below the inside bar failed action, that it's below this low over here. All right, because as you can clearly see here, we have a daily candle that went below the inside bar but was not able to close above it. All right, so that's a failed action on the inside bar on the daily chart. So that's where you want to place your stop loss, because we don't want to place our stop loss below this previous low over here, because the risk reward is not going to be that good. All right, so we have our stop loss here. Let's put it on a round number, 60K. Okay, our entry 62,300, and our take profit is going to be shown on the daily chart at 71K360. So as you can see, we have a almost 4-to-1 risk to reward trade here that might trigger in the incoming hours or days. I'm going to open this position because basically this is my strategy. I'm following whatever my strategy is saying. I'm not here to try to predict the market, but rather follow whatever the candles are telling me. And in this case, let me just check the quarterly rolling VWAP in comparison with the monthly one, right? Because I don't want them to be crossed already. This is the monthly. Okay, yeah. So the rolling VWAPs are still bullish at the moment, even though we are having this deeper pullback. But the overall market formation is telling me range, right? So let's place this trade because the daily it's confirming such movement, and the intraday chart is also confirming such movement. You have here basically the take profits. So if you were to take profit or manage this position in a different style, then I will be looking to possibly take profit at 64K 520, 68K 540, and during this area over here at 71K 470, right? So we have a zone on the intraday chart as well here, which is pretty important to notice. So those would be my take profits. Or if you are not taking profits and holding the whole position, what I would do is look out for possibly if we get above and break above 64 520. So expect something like this, right? We break above, then as soon as the breakout is confirmed, then you move your stop loss to break even, right? And then you hold a position, possibly take some profits here, and then you hold a full, at least 80% of the position, 70% of the position towards the full take profit that would be of range highs. Since after this move, we would be expecting kind of a breakout of the macro range, then I would leave like 20 or 10% of this position open with the position secured, right? To look for a moonshot, basically towards 79K, because that way we will be talking about higher risk reward, like 7-to-1, right? So in case you are risking 1%, if you leave open, if you're risking 1% of, let's say, $100,000 account, basically you're risking $1,000. If you lived open for a moonshot at 20%, that would means those $200 could turn into $1,400 if you leave the position open towards this target over here at 79K. And since we are talking about a breakout of a 100-day range formation, then I would say it's okay to even hold 10% of your position towards 91K, right? Why not? And that we are talking about a couple $1,000s more to hold toward 91K with your secure position, and you can add to the upside, right? So as for now, what we're looking for is just targeting 71K 360 with a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. This is an official call that possibly that I'm going to share on official calls on the Nest as well. This is pretty nice position that I'm looking here. And that's what I'm looking for on Bitcoin right now. For the intraday chart, since we are already taking this swing trade, right? I would rather wait until tomorrow. If we see a high relative volume candle rejecting 62,500, then I will certainly look for a shift in market structure after tomorrow news. So I'm expecting something like this: shifting market structure, entry over here, stop loss below this level, targeting the next intraday volume level at 64,520. But that's a trade for tomorrow, right? What we are looking right now is for a swing trade that is looking very juicy. That would be for Bitcoin, guys. If you guys have any question, please let me know. Let's go and check out gold. Right? Let's go and check out gold. I'm really liking this setup for Bitcoin. But let's go check out gold, because today we are long on gold as well. All right. How am I interpreting this gold long is what I'm going to show you right now, guys. So let me go to the weekly chart. The weekly chart hasn't changed, basically. Yeah, no change whatsoever. The only thing I would add here is something like this. Let me go to the daily chart. Yeah, there's a little zone over there that it's highlighting the current support that it's being rejected. All right. Why I'm going long on gold? Basically, it's also a swing trade. Bullish engulfing candle, high relative volume, right? Coming from a volume level at 2302, 2291, trend line confluence. If we go and take a look at, give me a second. Yeah, I want to take a look at the rolling VWAPs on the gold chart as well. So the quarterly rolling VWAP, bullish. Oh yeah, so another confluence. The quarterly price is basically bouncing from the quarterly rolling VWAP over here, and the monthly is bullish, right? So it's bullish. We are just highlighting some slowdown on the price action, which is basically gold being on a range formation as Bitcoin for about 87 days. So if you ask me right now, Bitcoin is more correlated to gold than it is to US stock indices. Okay. So if gold is bouncing from range lows, Bitcoin is bouncing from range lows, then we have both setups to be activated immediately, not for the win, but rather to follow our strategy and follow the trend, right? Because the trend remains bullish here. The trend is bullish, and we are having the signs from the candles that we need to go long over here. So this setup is a bit different since we have the bullish engulfing candle here. Okay, let me check this out. Okay, rolling VWAPs are bullish as well on the intraday chart. You can still go long here. So if you haven't taken this trade yet, you can easily go long on gold at the moment, because the risk to reward is good as well. It's 2.7. I'm targeting the range highs on the daily chart. 2417.5. Yeah, 2417.6. Yeah, whatever, the same. Okay, so you have your take profits over here. I would, if you see this zone is being rejected or you have a breakout, move your stop loss to break even. We're also seeing this kind of HNS formation, right? So if we have a confirmed breakout to the upside, basically this HNS would be confirmed. So I'm also bullish on gold. And even though we have um, high impact news this week. The chart is telling us something, and we need to follow it, despite whatever can happen on the fundamental side, because normally everything is already displayed on charts. The thing is that we are not patient enough to look out for that opportunities, and when they already happen with the fundamental impact, you will be too late to catch that trade, especially from the swing perspective. If you are scalping, that's okay. You are basically looking for a 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute trade, right? But this trade can easily take a couple weeks. All right. And high impact news coming tomorrow, whatever Powell says or whatever happened with NFP, or is not going to change the fact that we are having an HNS formation here. The daily chart is bullish. We have a high relative volume, bullish engulfing candle from volume level of the weekly chart. So it is what it is. You got to follow whatever the chart is telling you. And if you are wrong, the market will let you know that you're going to get stopped out, and then you continue and look for the next trade opportunity. That's how it works, and that's trading, right? That's trading. And especially with fundamental side, I'm not here to try to predict what the politicians are going to say, because I'm neither trying to predict the charts, right? But I have a statistic edge, right? My strategy has a statistic edge, and if I don't follow my statistic edge, then as soon as I start doing anything other than my strategy, that is going to be reflected on my money side, right? We don't want that to be reflected on my money side. So that's why I'm long on gold. I will be opening that long on Bitcoin as well. It's looking really nice. I'm going to share the details of the long on the Breveness. So guys, if you would like to join, please make sure to scan this QR code over here, right? Scan that code and join us, so you can copy the trade that I'm about to share. And not only the trade, because you have the trade here on screen, but also how I will manage it. All right, because it's not only the entry and the stop loss and the take profit that is important, but also the trade management that will allow us to take advantage and take full advantage of that trade. All right. So I think that would be all for today, guys. Let me know if you have any questions on the chat. If not, just please make sure to join TVN, join the Verve Nest, DM me on Discord or DM me on Twitter if you have any question about anything, about trading, about psychology. I will be here for you guys. So wish you a nice week ahead.